Introducing the highly acclaimed 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid, a remarkable electric vehicle that has captured the attention of car enthusiasts worldwide. This sleek and high-performance Tesla Model S variant is a testament to the company's commitment to innovation and sustainability. With its superior speed, acceleration, and range, the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid is a force to be reckoned with. In this video, we will take a closer look at its impressive specifications, advanced features, and unparalleled performance, so if you don't want to miss any of these incredible updates, watch this video till the end. Tesla Model S Plaid, a closer look at design. Looking at the Model S Plaid, you'll notice its sleek design, long hood, low-slung silhouette, and aerodynamic features. The car's interior is minimalistic, boasting a large touchscreen on the center console that manages most of its operations. Additionally, the Plaid offers a panoramic glass roof that enhances visibility and creates a spacious feeling inside the cabin. Tesla Model S Plaid technology and performance. The 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid comes packed with state-of-the-art technology, including Tesla's autopilot system, which enables independent driving on both highways and city streets, ensuring the safety of drivers and passengers. This innovative system includes several safety features, such as automated emergency braking and accident avoidance. Moreover, the Model S Plaid boasts an exceptional audio system featuring 22 speakers and a 960-watt amplifier, which is perfect for music enthusiasts who enjoy listening to their favorite tunes while driving. The sound system is designed to deliver immersive and high-fidelity audio, providing an unparalleled listening experience. As a high-performance electric vehicle, the Model S Plaid offers unmatched speed and acceleration, making it a top choice for those who seek an electrifying driving experience. The electrifying power of the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid. You'll be amazed to know that the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid boasts an impressive 1,020 horsepower generated by 3 electric motors located at the front and rear of the car. This setup makes the Model S Plaid one of the fastest vehicles in the world, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 1.98 seconds. With a top speed of 200 miles per hour, this electric vehicle is an excellent choice for drivers who want to experience the thrill of pushing their cars to the limit. Tesla Model S Plaid's impressive range and cutting-edge safety features. Concerned about the range of an electric vehicle, the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid can travel up to 390 miles on a single charge. In addition, Tesla's extensive network of supercharger stations makes recharging the Model S Plaid a simple process. In 30 minutes, these charging stations can replenish a vehicle's range by up to 170 miles for long-distance travelers. Due to a new battery architecture, the Model S Plaid can charge quicker and travel farther than ever. The Plaid's battery can be charged to 50% in just 15 minutes, which is convenient for drivers seeking a fast boost while on the road. In addition, the Model S Plaid is equipped with Tesla's sophisticated autopilot system, which employs cameras, radar, and ultrasonic sensors to keep the vehicle on the road and prevent collisions. With such cutting-edge safety technology, the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid is incredibly quick and extremely secure. Tesla Model S Plaid promising feature. The Model S Plaid's battery pack is reinforced and a cutting-edge air filtration system is included to shield passengers from air pollution and potential collisions. The Model S Plaid is renowned for its remarkable acceleration, one of its most notable characteristics. Due to its 3 electric motors, it has one of the quickest acceleration times of any manufacturing vehicle, accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 2 seconds. This acceleration time is faster than many supercars, making the Plaid an excellent option for speed and thrill-seeking drivers. Rapid acceleration and extended range with the Model S drivetrain and battery pack. The electric drivetrain in the Model S Plaid is state-of-the-art and among the finest available. This drivetrain can send power to each of the 4 wheels individually, allowing for quick acceleration and excellent grip on slippery or uneven roads. The Plaid also benefits from an improved range and faster recharge times thanks to its innovative battery cell. This battery pack's energy density is higher than its predecessors, enabling a more incredible amount of energy to be stored in the same physical volume. Therefore, the Plaid has a more extended range per charge and a quicker charging time than earlier Tesla versions. Technology-forward interior and safety features of the Model S Plaid. The interior of the Model S Plaid is distinguished by its minimalist design, which emphasizes technology and functionality. The central touchscreen display is the interior's focal point, allowing drivers to regulate everything from the sound system to the climate. The benches are supportive and adjustable to accommodate drivers of all sizes. The Model S Plaid prioritizes safety, as evidenced by its cutting-edge safety features, such as Tesla's autonomous system. This system incorporates automatic emergency braking and collision avoidance features to prevent collisions to keep the vehicle on the road. In addition, the reinforced battery cell and advanced air filtration system can safeguard occupants in the event of a crash or exposure to air pollution. Model S Plaid's updated features. The Model S Plaid's updated front splitter, rear diffuser, and rear spoiler increase aerodynamics, making the car more manageable and stable at high speeds. The cabin has also been updated with a brand new touchscreen display measuring 17 inches to manage the vehicle's climate, entertainment system, and navigation. The car also features updated brakes, tires, and suspension, as well as advanced safety technology like automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane departure warning. Electric vehicles are more environmentally friendly than gasoline-powered vehicles, but there are valid concerns about their environmental effects. As it grows and develops, there will likely be more developments and advances in the electric vehicle industry, leading to more competition and more options for buyers. And that completes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed learning the incredible features and updates of Tesla Model S Plaid. Which of them are you most excited about? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Tech Bros for more content such as this.